So, I got my first mobile order of the day. Well, I'm sorry, no, the cookie was the first mobile order of the day. I got my first mobile order, and it is extremely windy in Disney right now. So much so that people are like, it's too cold to eat outside. And to that, I laugh in New England. Um, so I went to Regal Eagle, which is a Sam Eagle from the Muppets inspired American barbecue smokehouse place where you can eat and eat lots of great barbecue. So I have brisket sandwich and mac and cheese. Now I was gonna get fries, but the fries didn't look that great. But unfortunately, what I should have done is I should have probably got fries anyway because they would have been great for dipping the sauces in. So I'm just gonna start with macaroni and cheese here, unbarbecued. Now, I'm not a big mac and cheese guy in general. This is basically a baked mac and cheese that doesn't have any smokiness to it. This is okay. It's like a white cheddar. Um, it's like a white cheddar mac and cheese. Everything sticks together really well. There's a little bit of breadcrumbs on top of this as well. And you can tell it's baked because the very top of it is crunchier. I am 1,000,000% gonna make a mess. And I'm not even doubting that. Like, it's not even in the question of if I make a mess, I know I won't. Like inside, one of the barbecue sauces I pushed down, and it went out the tiniest little bit. And I said, okay. Well, I pushed it down there, and then that time it shot out and got all over my hands. So I hadn't even eaten my food yet, and I was already making a mess. So, mac and cheese is nice and creamy. I think there's white cheddar, maybe a little Parmesan, but it's a good baked macaroni and cheese. Like, I'm not a big macaroni and cheese person, like Velveeta or things like that. I don't really like. I think the only mac and cheese I usually like is Bob Evans. But a couple of places in Disney has fantastic mac and cheese. I think Flame Tree Barbecue in Animal Kingdom is another one that's really good. I could be mistaken. It might not be Flame Tree. I think I always get that confused with a different pop-up barbecue place. I tried to go last week to the barbecue place, but in Animal Kingdom, but everything closed at like 6 p.m. Even though the park I think was open till like 7:30 that night. So I was a very hungry person that night. I think I went and ended up getting hibachi because everything was closed. There was a string that's flying all over. There was my hair that's flying all over. So mac and cheese is good. I'm gonna put that off the side again. So now I have 3 sauces. I don't remember what the sauces are, if I'm being honest. But this comes on Texas toast. It is a little soggy, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it is not as crunchy as I remember it being. But the brisket looks really good. And these are nice slices of brisket. Like, a decent thickness. It's well cooked. Like, it looks good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take each of these sauces. I'm going to put a little bit on the brisket. And then I'm going to try it. Also, a lot of kids are running around. And my phone is shifting. A lot of kids are running around right now. Because it's like 12 o'clock and everyone is sitting for lunch. So I just poured a little bit on. I think this one is the original, so I'm going to try that. This one actually could be the vinegar. Because I think that one's a vinegar because it's a little bit more watery and has a very sharp tang right away, which you normally get from like vinegar-based sauce. The bread itself is good. It's a Texas toast one, but unfortunately, like I said, it's a little soggy. It could just be because they're super busy right now, but it usually has a decent crunch to it, but I'm not quite getting that today. Look at that barbecue sauce. Oh, yeah. Now the kids are playing tag behind me. That barbecue sauce is really good. I think that's the sweet one because that one has a thicker consistency than the apple cider one, which I think was the first one. It's not spicy. It's smoky and sweet. Try this last one here. I had other ones that were like mustard based, but I didn't really want any mustard. I mean, I don't really like mustard in general. Normally, like, upsets my stomach and I don't like the taste of it. You have to be good mustard for me to be like it's okay, but
Oh, I'm glad you didn't come. You gotta get rid of the ball.
I don't really taste that much with this one. It's not really. It's not spicy. If this is a spicy one, it's not spicy at all. Doesn't have the tang. I don't know. I think the original barbecue sauce is actually the one I like the most. Which I almost didn't pour on that. So, and like the brisket is just cooked really well. Like it's falling apart in my mouth, and it has a good amount. I think this was like $15, so for that amount of brisket, and like I said, Texas toast, which is normally crunchy, a little soggy today, so it's kind of mediocre when it comes to the bread, but still, on Texas toast, it's pretty tasty because it's got the garlic, and it's a thick piece of bread that holds up well, usually with the barbecue sauce and stuff. It's just a bit soggy today, so it's not holding up great, and it's just going to allow me to make even more mess. Not like I was expecting not to. I said that right from the get-go, I was going to make a mess. Well, there's the wind again. So,
Sorry. Hard to find an end table. I have my stroller. Thank you.
the regular barbecue sauce is really good. That would be my choice for putting it on a piece of brisket and or dipping fries in, because it's thick enough that it will stick to things. Like it's sticking to the brisket still pretty well. It is not polarizing in terms of like spicy or anything. It has a little bit of a sweet taste, so if you don't like a sweet barbecue kind of thing, you might not like it. But I think it's solid. Now, okay. Let's save that one. That was going to be messy. Jesus Christ. I'm literally surrounded by trains right now. I don't like this. Yeah. This is... So... I want to shout out the lady who was working at Regal. Unfortunately, I didn't get her name because normally you can give like shout outs on the app to people that have done a particularly good job. So Regal Eagle is swamped right now. There's a ton of people here for the holiday break. It's a cooler day at Epcot, which means it's easy to walk around. And there's so many picnic tables here that it's easy for families to sit and take a break for a little while. So the lady here that was working behind the counter, I'm wearing a Go the Distance shirt from Hercules. When I walked up to the window to pick up my order, she threw her arms up and started singing I Can Go the Distance, which made me smile. It was funny to see in like the heat of this lunchtime rush, because I'm going right at noon, in the heat of this lunchtime rush, that they were still able to have a pretty good sense of humor. Look, there's the freaking birds. You see them? They're all around me. There's one like 5 feet from my foot to my right, just staring me down, trying to be like, "Are you done with that food?" No. So the cast member was really great. She was very nice, and it just made me laugh. And so I just talked with her. I was like, "There's not a lot of Hercules love or merch," and she was like, "I know." She's like, it drives me nuts that there's not enough Hercules love. She's like, "I have a Hercules backpack and Hercules shoes and all this stuff," and I was laughing. I was like, "Nice." So usually I have a couple of shirts. I have another one that says I'm hot-headed, and it has 80s from Hercules, and that one usually gets pretty good compliments on it as well. But it was just nice that she, you know, that she connected with me on Hercules stuff. Because Hercules is one of my top 5 favorite Disney movies. Super underrated. Amazing. Weird concept of doing like a gospel kind of thing for Hercules, but I loved it. I think it was great. But I was also raised on Greek kind of stories. I watched Hercules, the movie, the show with Hercules, the television series with Kevin Sorbo. I watched Dina the Warrior Princess. I was raised on that kind of stuff. But, so that was good, that interaction. I'm going to say some polarizing stuff now. I waited in line for Remy's for probably about 45 minutes. It wasn't a full hour. And
look at that bingo. I don't know when you eat it. Oh my god, it's chicken skin. These birds are insane.
there's a bird with a full, like, turkey skin that's walking around right now eating, and it's real disturbing. So back to my polarizing stuff. I waited in Remy's for about 45 minutes. It was just me in the front of that. And I really don't like Remy's. I tried it again. And it was just... it's just not fun. Like, the set design is good. Sorry if I'm distracted. People are screaming about the bird carrying chicken skin. And there's another bird walking right behind me. Remy's. The set design is good. Like, when you are shrunk down and they have, like, larger versions of all the other foods, and, like, you see the rat eyes in the walls and things like that, it's cool. You get the feeling like you are shrunk down. But everything else about that ride just is a miss for me. I don't know if it's just... I mean, I like kiddie things, too. Like, I'll ride on kid-oriented rides and still have a good time. But not Remy's. It just... you sit in a car, and it moves you from place to place, and nothing in it is so thrilling. I mean, like, you get splashed a few times, and then, like, some heat turns on, and you smell a little bit in one of the rooms, but it's not that interactive. It's not that exciting. It's... especially for how much it's hyped up, I really don't think Remy's is that good of a ride. Now, I know that some people love Remy's. It's like their favorite thing. I went into it thinking I'm gonna give this a fair shot, and I still didn't like it. So I just don't think it's worth all the hype. Like if it's like a 15, 20, I mean, I think I'd rather even ride things like, not in Epcot obviously, but in like Magic Kingdom. I think I'd rather even ride like Ariel, the Ariel ride, or even like, like one of the classic ones, like Spaceship Earth or anything like that. I just don't. I'd even rather ride Figment, which I like Figment, but I know it's a very not popular ride. And Remy's is, but I feel like it is such just a kid's ride, and I just don't have a good time on it. I gave it a fair shot again, and I think I'd really rather wait. If I'm gonna wait 45 minutes for a ride like that, I think I'd rather go on like Frozen or Test Track. I mean, I think Test Track is really late, but I'd rather wait for Test Track than Remy's. I don't know. I don't understand why Remy's is so hyped up, but I mean, maybe it's just because it's new and kids like it, but yeah, it's not my favorite thing. But I'm glad I was able to rebound with some good barbecue. I've almost finished the barbecue. I've almost finished the mac and cheese. My phone keeps shifting because of how windy it is right now. I mean, as you can tell from my hair, the wind is coming from that way. So, Regal Eagle Barbecue, really good. I love the Muppets. I love when Muppets get some love in Disney because it doesn't happen very often. But when they do something, it is really good. Like the Muppets Haunted Mansion is like a masterpiece. Like I think it was so good, and so yeah. When the Muppets get some love, it's usually done really well in Disney. But barbecue is really good. It's needed for America because the American Pavillion, again, I'm going to say something polarizing, doesn't really have a lot going for it. I mean, you can go see the Hall of Presidents. I think that's it. I think that and maybe like turkey legs are all you can get in America, and it's pretty disappointing. But Regal Eagle Barbecue is really good, so I'm glad it has something going for it in Epcot. So I'm going to call the video there. I'm going to finish this barbecue, but it is messy, so I'm going to finish the rest of it because now I'm getting down to the end. It's going to get even more messy. But yeah, regular barbecue sauce, not the vinegar-based or not the whatever the other one was, maybe sweet and spicy. I didn't taste any spicy from any of them. And the mac and cheese, definitely a solid mac and cheese. I probably could have even put barbecue sauce in the mac and cheese, or I could have gotten, maybe I could have gotten pulled pork and put that right on the mac and cheese. It just made a Frankenstein combo of deliciousness. But anyway, that's it for now. Until next time.